They
Live
just got
streaming.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So they just gather themselves. The moment you're working on anything, it just stores itself, and then it's just like if you're
What?
making use of Microsoft Word, for example, and
Yes.
you close it. Microsoft Word, when you want to open it again, it tells you that should you open the last recent one. And so it's just similar thing with the Bob sheet.
About how many students do you have for one-on-one classes?
I think it's about I think that's about 32 or so.
Okay,
32.
for one-on-one classes, eh?
Yeah. Some people are once in a week, some twice a week, some three times a week.
Okay.
Yeah. About 32. But the group classes, we have group A, we have group B, we have group C. So in some group you see 50, in some group you see 70, in some group you see
Hmm.
30. So and then there are other classes again, different from that. And then I have seminars with some organizations on cybersecurity, and I have the organizations I actually work with also. So it is always most times if you do you follow me on TikTok?
Ah, no, I don't have your handle on TikTok, but if you text it
Okay,
for me on WhatsApp, I can follow you.
okay, but okay, you got my contact via YouTube.
I got it. I think it's from Instagram, maybe or TikTok.
Ah,
I saw you I saw you like on a kind of for you page on these
oh,
random pages that comes up. You know when
okay,
you open your TikTok, the random page keeps coming and coming. You scroll. So I
oh,
saw you and you talked more about cybersecurity instantly. And he said
okay,
you're having some few slots as I was interested.
okay,
So that
okay.
was so
That's
you
cool.
just kindly send me the handle, TikTok handle, so I will just
Follow.
add you.
No, no problem. No problem. Um, okay, we can begin with today's class. I think I can see your screen. Your Kali is now working properly, right?
Yes, it's working. I'm still battling with the one for the desktop
Okay,
one.
okay. But the virtual machine is working properly.
Virtual machine. Which one is a virtual machine?
You have Kali Linux, yeah. I
Yes.
mean, I mean the Kali. Do you open it through virtual machine, or this one was the one we installed through Windows PowerShell?
I think I like the app itself. I open it directly from the app. Everything is working fine.
Okay, can you open it? Let me see.
Okay, let me close the Bob suit.
Okay, you open it through the Bob suite.
Yes.
Okay, it's inside the Kali.
What I did was like exactly the last time. I did not open the Kali. I just typed the Bob suit from
Okay,
the
the Bob
terminal.
suite from the terminal. Okay, okay, okay.
Terminal, yes.
Yeah,
Because if I
that's
open the Linux, I
the
won't get
yeah.
access
You
to
wouldn't be
the
able to.
screen.
Yeah. All right.
Mm.
That's better. Okay. You you're not done opening your page, your Bob suite.
It's
You need to
open.
click. What happened?
Should
I'm
I
not
widen
seeing.
it?
Yeah,
Yep. This is the dashboard.
I'm not seeing anything. It feels like it's kind of stuck.
All right. Let me just open the terminal. Just give me a sec. I say terminal, the browser.
Okay. What you can rather do is, I think maybe network or sometimes stuff like this happen. this little glitch. What you can do is log out from the application, from this application, and then log in. So then share your screen. Then I'll be able to see it properly.
Okay. But you
Yeah.
can see my screen, right?
No, I'm not saying it, but if you do that, I think I should be able to see your screen.
So I should log out from burpsuite.
No, log out from this particular application. Okay. Let me kick you out. Then you come in,
Join.
join. Yeah. Bara-bara-bara-pia-pa. Bara-bara-bara-pia. Are you having issues? Apira-pa-pira-pia-pa-pira. Bara-bara-bara-pia-pa. Bara-bara-bara-pia. Bara-bara-bara-pia-pa. All right.
Can you see me now?
Yeah, I can. You can share your screen now. All right. That's cool. So we're going to be using a particular site, which is the one we mostly use. And I'll be sending you the link to the site. I think I already gave it to you, the
Yes,
testphp.vonweb.com.
PHP. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So you go through your targets. Were you able to practice on anything after the last class?
No, 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 I didn't. I wasn't chanced.
Okay. Your network is bad. It's showing inactive. No wonder it's season.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
it's MTN. No,
Yeah, I'm also making use of MTN at the moment. Yesterday
I
they were
think
kind of
maybe,
having some issues.
I think maybe the weather is bad or something.
Does it seem like it wants to rain over there?
Yeah, the weather is not bright.
Oh,
The atmosphere is not bright
all right.
because normally by this time it's supposed to be like hot sun, but it seems it's raining somewhere. And the
Oh,
MTN network is just fluctuating.
okay. Let me share my screen, and then let's focus on that. Then maybe later you can share your screen since your network looks a bit poor at the moment. I hope you can see my screen.
Let me see.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen now.
All right. So I'm going to open Bob Shoots. I should open it through my Kali. Okay. Oh, no. This is what I mean when I told you about VM. That's a virtual box or virtual machine. You can run the Kali through virtual machine, or you can run it through your Windows. Any of them. The only thing is virtual machine. There's a way you make the installation, and the installation is a little bit more stronger and it can receive all kinds of application and do a lot of penetration testing or ethical hacking. It can accept a lot of application that the Kali in Windows might have some challenges in having. So those are just the different. But I think as we proceed, while we start going into aircrack.ng/ng, and that is just to hack into any Wi-Fi, any router, any network. Is you can hack into any network and the rest of it. So when we do that, when we get to that class, I think we should be able to start working with the virtual box.
I don't think I have this virtual box on my.
Yeah, I know you don't have it. What I would do is I would just give you the guideline on how you can make the installation.
All
All
right.
right. Yeah. So I'm opening the Bob sheet.
Okay. You're opening your bob suit.
Yeah. Tó bá tètè fẹ́ wá kíá, kójú rẹ̀ má já o. Ẹni fẹ́ musician. Oh, I don't
Network.
know why it's no network is not a problem. Probably there could be a network issue. Probably there could be because I'm running it through VMware. All right. So I think the last time when we had our class, I kind of explained some of these things to you. The importance of dashboard, targets, proxy, intruder, repeater, collaborator. We'll talk about that. Sequencer, decoder, comparer, logger, organizer, and extensions. Did we touch on it?
Yes, we did.
All right. So I think the last time we were on target, right?
Yes.
Okay. And on target, I think I explained about how you can get in a website, whatever website, you can bring it in. But for the sake of education purpose, we are not going to use people's websites. We still use that test PHP as an example, right?
Yeah.
So let's open a browser and we would use some website as just example, but we are not going to dive deep into anything that deep. Now, let's say we are making use of OneWeb, which is our test PHP. Oh, I don't even have the website here.
There's PHP.
Yeah, I formatted my laptop yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, so I installed another one. So yesterday it's kind of disturbed my class. Remember that test php dot vonweb.com. Is it dot com? Let's
.com.
see. Vonweb test php dot vonweb.com. Okay. So let's say this is the site. One thing you are definitely going to, I don't think it's correct. I think I misspelled something. Test PHP. testphp.vulnweb.com. VULN, yeah, web.com. So what's the problem? Okay, continue. All right. So the moment you open any website, it brings in that website straight to the page that you're looking for or that you're working on. And you remember that before you open the any website, you must have done what we call spidering on the website. For
Yes.
example, if it is, even if it is a shopping website, whatever website it is, you maybe I don't want to bring out some names here for sake of lecture. Let's say, for example, we just use Facebook. And the reason why I just call on Facebook is basically because I made a video on them and people are losing their accounts. And I have seen more reasons why their website is very easy for anyone to, you know, you can go into the website and you can do a lot of stuff. It is more easier to take people's email address and just get their password through through Facebook. Though they have security, but their security needs to be more tighter. So let me use, for example, I use Facebook here also .com. The moment you type it, it begins to bring in all the data into your Bob suite. The same thing with the test PHP. So same thing applicable. But before you do any of all those things, you would have gone towards those particular websites to the owner of the website, and you would have confirmed. First of all, you get permission to test their web page. And after you get permission to test their web page, the work of spidering is to say that, okay, this particular page, where do I want to work on when it comes to Facebook? Are you trying to get into login through through their email address and password? Is that what you're going to get? Sometimes you might be interested in just having, you might just have the email address with you or a phone number, and then you want to take advantage and you get the password. Now, the work of a cybersecurity is to make sure that when you are doing your penetration testing, you would test all these websites if they give you the permission to. You test all these websites and then you see the vulnerability of their website, and then you are the one to call them and say, oh, these settings you guys have on your website is not safe. The application you use in running your website is not secured enough, and there are other things you can actually do to make sure that your web page are more secured. And that's just the work of a web developer, sorry, of a cybersecurity personnel or a penetration tester. And that is why we are doing whatever we are doing. Now, with that being said, when you bring out after spidering around the web page, maybe it's for store, maybe people are buying shopping in that particular place, you can decide to say, okay, even if I'm not going after the login, maybe I have a login there, I want to change the prices of their products. Those are part of the things that Bob Suits can do. So let's say, for example, someone has a marketing distribution website, and that marketing distribution website, they are selling a television there, for example, for maybe 500,000. You can hack that particular page, and you can also go in, and that same TV that is being sold for 500K, you can buy it for 20,000 naira. So it is about manipulating the page. So if that particular thing is possible, then it is for you to call the attention of the the owner of the website to tell them, oh, these things are possible. And before other hackers will take advantage of it, you have to give them the guideline on how they can secure their web page. So back to this one, when you are, if this is Facebook, for example, now you can see that everything appears here. Now you can see the pages, how they actually appear. and then it tells you, it shows you request and it shows you response. For example, if this is their page, now you can see that the first page of Facebook now is showing the email address and the password. And this is exactly what it shows through request. And this is response. But we wouldn't dive into it. But for you to just see how it works. The response, the pretty, is to tell you the codings that fit into this. And people can actually, decide to make error. You can deliberately make fake email, put in fake logins, and it shows you page. The moment it can show you a page that you have set in the wrong username and password, or maybe you use someone's email address and you put in the wrong password and you set it up. Now that email address and that password will come to this target, and then you can now hack it through either intruder or repeater, and then you find the right password for it. So, for example, we are not going to use this. Let's use a web page that is actually not what we have license to touch. Now, on this particular one, we have artists. I think I've showed you this, and I said if you are not clicking on other pages, okay, when we click on, let's say this is the home page. So the first page, which is the index page, this is not responding. You can see the request page, but there's no response here. And why is it that way? When you also, you know, go here, you see that there's a request page, but there's no response page. There's nothing that is responding. And that's basically because you just opened the page and you haven't done anything. So to make every other thing active, what if I want to the login or the sign up, either sign up or login, I want to make sure it's active. You have to come to this Chrome where that page is, and you click on sign up, for example. And the moment I click on sign up, you realize that it is now active here under login.php.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. So if it was not clicked, so this is the target page. Let's say this is the particular page you want to target. Now you've seen that the moment you have clicked on it, now this one has become the active page. Now you could decide also to say, I want to work on another page, and the other page I want to work on is artist, for example. And I want you to pay attention to the artist page. Do we have it here? This is
Up,
in,
up.
yeah, that is art. Yeah. So when we click on artist, now you can see that artist page is now active here, and it becomes more darker. So back to this sign up. Let's say you don't know the username and the password of this particular account. Now, the username and the password is actually test. Let's say you don't have the username and the password. You want to get what will be the response of the page if you put in wrong username and password, so that it can give you a particular page. When it gives you that particular page is an error page, but you can use that error page to get the correct username and password of that particular website. First thing, when the people want to attack a website, what they do is they are looking for the error page. They are looking to first test it with the wrong information, so that it's going to, it's going to react to it that, oh, you have done something wrong. This is not the right username and this is not the right password. The moment it has reacted to it, now that simply means it has created an open door for other people, for the person to now hack into the website. So you can see here now that it is login.php and artist.php. These are the two places that are active at the moment. So what we can do to make sure, how do we get the username? Let's say we don't know it. Now we open the web page, that's this particular web page. And what do? We now test it with the wrong username and password. Let's say we try John and the password of, let's say, John, blah, blah, blah. Just type rubbish. And then you click login. Now the page has reacted and it shows that I did not get the right username and the password. That is why it did not log in, right?
Yes.
Now, what I did is I actually tricked the website. But it has shown me when I click it, the reaction on burpsuite is that there's a page called userinfo.php. Now, that page is the page that tells me the username and the password. And you see the reaction, it says, under response, you must log in. Now, this particular web page we are using is an HTTP website, but it is also applicable to HTTPS websites. The coding might be different, the SQL injection to inject it might be different, but it is the same thing. Now, in the username, when I click onto the username, what do you see? If you look at the request here, it shows now that I try to log it in with a username. That is why it is not logging in. Now, when I click
I'm with you, sir.
the connection is going on.
Your network was lost.
So it was yours. If mine was lost, it will be disconnected.
Can you see me?
Yeah, now it's my network. Earlier it was yours. Now mine went. All right. So let me bring back my page, and I want you to follow it up. Please, if I am going too fast, just remind me so I can slow down a bit.
You
Uh,
said what?
I said if I'm going too fast, let me know so I
Okay.
can slow down. All right. Part of the things that I was saying is that I have tricked the website, and the website, because I trick it, it has given me the username I tried on it and the password I tried on it. I hope you know how we got here.
Yes, I know.
All right. Now I can start creating a username and a password for it. Then the next thing is this: what can I do to actually start working on it? Remember, we have login.php, and whenever we click on login.php, since we have actually activated it under burpsuite, you can see that the response shows this particular page. But
Mm-hmm.
I can't do anything that much on this particular page because in the request, and the raw, the information does not give me anywhere to attack this particular web page until I have to write some codings, and that's going to be stressful. So what I actually do is I put in any username and password so that the web page will react. And the moment it reacts, it gave me this particular one. So I know that after this code, this is the uname, which is the username, and this is the password. And then I can take it. That will lead us to our next thing. But before we actually go, I think we have talked about sitemap filter,
Yes.
and you understand exactly how it plays.
Yes.
All right. I think we've talked about scope also, how you
Yes,
can,
we have.
yeah. All right. Now, the next thing we need to work on is what we call repeater. So, repeater simply means, for example, I can take this particular page and I would say send, I right click on it and I say send to repeater. Now I want to start working on the page to get the right username and password. So when I say send to repeater, which is Control R, you realize that the repeater page is now active. It shows pink and then it goes off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I click on it, the page is supposed to be there. Okay, let me go out again. You can click on this particular one. This one says you must log in. This one says user, okay, get username. Let's use this particular one. The one that carries the error page is the one that becomes your target. So then
Mm-hmm.
you right click, and which you can see that one is showing get and one is showing post. Post simply means the wrong information you have posted. And one thing you also need to pay attention to is that there's a URL that shows the info.info, there's a params that mark, there's a status code. The right one, whenever you get it right, it's supposed to show 200. But whenever the username and password is not correct, then it shows you 302. Or it shows you any figure. It can show you 458. It can show you any number. But 200 simply means it is correct on any web page. And then you can see the length, you can see the MIME, and then you can see time requested. Now, this is the one that is our target, this particular one that has the username and the password, which you now right click here, and then do send to repeater. So now that it has gone to repeater, you can now click on it, and now you can see it here, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now that it's appearing there, the question is what is now the username and what is now the password? Let's say, for example, we have the right username. And before we even do that, let's go back again. Let's say you have the username or the right password. So let's go back to this particular page and you say, okay, I have either the right email address, but I don't know the password. So let's say the username of this is test, which is exactly what you can see at the bottom here. Username is test and password is test. So when you say test, test, this is test, then we put the wrong password. Then we say we don't know the password and we just put anything as a password. And then we say login.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
I'm trying to get something clear. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So, like this particular tutorial now, what are we trying to target? What's the target? Is it an
The,
account or a website?
the
Just
target
for
is
instance,
the
is this a
target
Facebook account?
no, this is not a Facebook account. This
This
is
is a website, right?
websites that we can use to practice.
No,
This the same thing
no,
is
that
applicable. The same thing is applicable to Facebook. The same thing is applicable to any website. How do people break into username and password? That's what I'm talking about.
yeah, like what you're actually explaining? Is it like trying to break into somebody's Facebook account? Something like
Yes,
that.
yes, or
Okay.
break
I
into
thought you were talking
whatever.
about website.
Yes,
Okay.
any website. That's what we are working on. How to break into any website.
The
How?
account,
Yeah.
the individual's account for that website.
Yes. And the idea is not just to become the hacker. The idea is to look at the weakness on the website and
Mm-hmm.
then give people the guideline. That's the organization who have the website, and to tell them
Yes.
that, okay, your website is not secured. If I
Mm.
want to be a penetration tester and I want to hack into it, this is how I can hack into the web page.
Okay, I was
Because
kind of confused.
yeah, because if I can hack into it, that means other hackers will be able to do the same thing. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I would test your website and hack into it, and I will tell you the fault in this website that you have built. You would pay me money for it, whatever you guys' agreements are. And then the other one is that if an hacker gets it, an hacker does not need you to pay him money because he's going to take a lot of people's accounts. So the moment you can see all these weaknesses, now you can begin to correct them. So that's exactly what we are doing. So now I test the username. The username can be a username. To have somebody's email address is not difficult. Out of the people that a lot of people kind of chat with and the rest of it, it's easy for you to get people's email address. It's easy for someone to get username. But the question is, because there are a lot of web page where you see them say that login via username or login via email address. So, or log in via phone number. So if I can get an email address, which is not difficult to get, then I can know the username and I can know the password. So those are the things we are using for test. Now back to this one. Now I use another one here, which is the second one that I click on. You can see that the username here is test, and this is the password. And it did not log in. It says you must log in. So what can I do from this place? I need to change their color so they will be different. Let me just put this post one yellow. So since this is wrong, then I send this particular one also to repeater. And in the repeater, I say I know this particular person's email address, but I don't know the password. So this is what happened. Under the repeater, in this pass equals whatever I typed. Let's say I'm now trying to get all kinds of password. I can decide to type, what if the password is this and this and this? And then the next thing I do is I click send under this request to test it if it's going to respond that it is okay. Then I click send. And then what is it showing here? It's
You
showing
must
that you
log
must
in.
log in. Then if you look at it on the render, because the render shows the graphical user interface, it is showing you must log in. Let's try another password. Let's say the password is this, and we send it again to see response. What did it show? It still show you must log in. So out of the testing of different password, what if you now test the right password and you say, okay, I can guess why I've tried. You can try 2000 password every time. Remember that if you try the same password on that particular web page, it will tell you that you have it can block the account. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you try it more than 4 times or more than 3 times, that account is going to be blocked, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in this
Mm-hmm.
particular place now, you can try it 2 million times, 2 million attempts, and it would not still stop you. Are you getting the difference?
Mm-hmm.
So most hackers, not like it is that particular day they get your username or your email address, that's the day they get the password. They can try it 1 million times and then they will get the right one. And we are still going to dive into other aspects of how you can get all those things. Now, username, test, and password equals blah, blah, blah. And every time we do this, we are not getting it right. So what if one day we say, okay, let us just try this particular password now and type test as a password, and then you click send. What did you see?
Your web page.
A web page with information, name, credit card, email address, blah, blah, blah. And that is how they log into people's page and they take ownership of that page. Do you get it?
Yes.
Yeah. So if we use the wrong username, another wrong password now, and we click send,
It won't go through.
it won't go through. But out of guessing of 100, and if it is other web page, it will just tell you that, oh, you have tried this 200 times or you have tried this 5 times. After the last one, we will block it. Some, and this is the reason why I say security needs to be more stronger, even on bank websites, because you can do the same thing to any website, to many websites. And depends the ones who call you for penetration testing, if their programs are not as much. And what it means is that they can be what we call SQL injection. And after this, we are still talking about you have gotten the username. How do you get the right password? After this, maybe in our next class, we'll talk about how you don't even need a username and a password, and you can still log into a website. You don't need to know any of them, but we are doing this from the basics, from the base side of it. So now, the moment I get the right password, after I tried it multiple times and I click send, now it has told me that, okay, this means I will be able to log into the website. And the password is what? Test. So now I would now go to the real web page. Now it is easy for me to now go to the real web page. Where's the real web page? Let me open the web page from this particular place. Let's say we use test PHP. So we have tried a lot of things. So let's say now we now use tests. Even if we use any type of password, what do we see? It's not going through.
Not going to go through.
Yes, but when we've gotten it from that particular burpsuite, and now we do test and we do test. Now it tells us now that we have gotten the right password. Now it has given you the information to that particular account. And then people can go in, start changing password, start doing a lot of things. It is basically because of government regulation. If not, you would have seen that these things are applicable to many web page of people who are having big organizations. And that's the reason why um, they need a lot of cybersecurity or penetration tester to show them some of those vulnerability on their web page and give them guideline on how to secure most of all those things. So let me give you minutes probably for you to practice what I have done. And then,
Okay. Let me plug my this thing on light. It just brought lights. Let me plug the system to light.
all right.
Because if I don't plug it now, the system is going down. Shouldn't take lights.
Have you shared your screen?
Yeah, I've shared it. Can you see it?
It's showing black. Which network is
You can see
having
my
that?
screen.
No, my network is okay. Your network is also good. So what's holding it?
I just shared it. Let me
Keep
stop it and
operating.
share again.
Yeah, you can stop it and share again.
Maybe it's network.
Yeah, I think it's network. It's mostly network. That's just always the problem. So sometimes it's always good to just go off and then come back. Oh, your
Can you
network
see it
is
now?
bad. Your network is lost.
Yeah, let me cut and join the live
Yeah,
again.
yes, just do that. Yeah, you can proceed.
Can you see it now? Can you see my screen?
No.
I've shared it. Can you see?
Yeah, I know you've shared it. I've seen that you've shared it. But I don't know why it's not coming up here.
Maybe network.
Oh God.
But I'm on the login page. I'm ready to export the.
And it might be
Let
recording
me
on the.
let me just wait till you get the screen. This thing. Let me cut it again and do it.
Yeah, cut it. I will cut mine also and see. Just go off. Yeah.